We light this candle to remind us that in times of darkness, Christ is the light of the world. We begin our worship today by acknowledging the Wadandi people of the Noongar Nation, the traditional custodians of this land. We pay our respects to their elders, past and present, who have cared for the land on which we meet. A reading, Matthew 16:24-26. Then Jesus told his disciples, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul?"
My interpretation is Jesus was a soldier. Well, the soldiers, my uncles fought and died in the First World War. And the first thing I thought of that Jesus fought for our souls, so to speak. He gave up his life for something, that he believed in. Most of all, he believed in people and their goodness. I'm Indigenous, and my family, you know, the family soldiers went to war, and the ones that came home, the others that didn't are buried in France, but the ones that came home, they had no rights or anything when they came back. You know, they went back to the way it was before. Sculpturing from the bush is keeping the bush, because there's no wire or anything in my work, it's layers. And so for the soldier, now I look at him coming from the earth, and eventually he will go back. He's made from palm fronds, and that's all he's made from. And then the bits here are the palm bark, the seed pod part that falls off. It comes off in a big skin, and they're cut into strips. That's the palm bark, and of course purple material I have used, and palm frond underneath that to make the crosses, and a palm branch, and I've just left the fronds on the branch, and that's all he is, and the actual branch makes up the cross he's holding. I'm well acquainted with the Stations of the Cross, but it's a journey, as life is, and they're the steps that he's taken along the way.
Go now from this service to the service of God's people near and far, refreshed by the living water that Jesus offers to you. Listen for the parched voices of the least of these. Search out the dry places and the arid souls, and become for them a spring of living water. And as you go, the blessing of God, lover, beloved, and Spirit of love, be with you today and always. And we take the light of Christ with us.